Hello people, and welcome to the 2023 Choose Your All Max Guide. If you're here, hopefully you have not made the decision to choose your All Max, because it is great to leave it until later to make a final decision, because you may get cards along the way. One example of this is the currently ongoing Jumbo giveaway. It will be going on until March 5th. To be eligible, you just need to log in for 7 days before that point, and then you can participate in the event. You can draw 5 cards, choose one of them, give one of them to your friend, get someone to give one to you, whatever. It's just an additional way to get more cards. That will be until March 5th once again. So some general guidelines: cards that you do not own, currently and or ever, because of the rules of the game, are a priority. Cards that you are guaranteed to get are a priority, and once again, if there is no urgency for the card you want, waiting to make a decision is better, because you may get the card through some other means while waiting. You can receive this All Max reward until April 23rd. It'll go straight in your rewards box, and once it's in your rewards box, it'll expire on May 21st. So plenty of time to, wait, get the card, whatever, think about it. The rules of the game. So once you get this in your rewards box, you pick one race and one attribute. The game will then give you 5 cards of that race and attribute, prioritizing cards that you don't already own. So if possible, there will be new cards, basically cards that you have not ever owned. So owning is defined as whether any form of the card has ever entered your inventory. So for example, if you got something and you traded away with a tombstone, or you accidentally decomposed it, that will still count as you owning that card, because it did enter your inventory at one point. So that being said, looking at the card pools, you'll want to choose card pools that are guaranteed to give you the card you want. So for example, if the card pool has more than 5 cards that you don't own, then it wouldn't really make sense to choose that card pool, because you have a chance of not getting the card you want out of those 5 unowned cards. This is also an advantage of waiting, because you might get some of the other random junk cards that happen to be in the attribute and race card pool that you actually want. So how do you determine what cards you have owned ever? Well, actually, this doesn't determine what cards you have owned ever. This just determines the cards that you currently own in your inventory, but it's pretty good. So let's switch to that. This is a tool. It's all in Chinese, but I'll just give you a quick run through of how to use this. First off, you enter your UID in this field right here. This will pop up when you first get to this page. Press the green button, and you wait a sec, and then great. And you can close out of this. On the left here, make sure you're selecting All Max. There's some settings here you can mess with, such as showing the cards you do not have, changing the things to show. Yeah, basically it's just a bunch of settings to mess around with the card. You can also turn it light or dark. This third button is just to enter UID again. So this right here is my inventory. I like to switch it to this, rather. So here it shows the different categories of the attributes and races. As you can see, the grayed out ones are cards that I have already owned in the past, and the ones that are showing here are the ones that I do not own. So for example, some of these card pools are quite big. Let's look at, let's just say Water Human, right? If you have 5 or more Water Human cards that you don't own, and you want one of them, then you would not have a guaranteed chance to get it. This just is kind of an easy way to show what cards you're available to get from here. Obviously it's not perfect, because I did trade away Milton, for example. However, it still shows here that I don't own him. It is true that he's currently not in my inventory, but I did own him at one point, and the game will consider that as me having owned him at one point. Also important is that the upcoming Red Asteria Seal in that's opening soon in February, will have Lazurite and Tsukiyomi in it, so do not choose those two if you were thinking about that. So, moving on to your card choices. First off is the best overall cards. The cards with the border around it will be my personal favorite, so also basically I have bias towards them because I have used them. Melody is probably the card I will personally choose from the All-Max if I don't get her in the Jumbo Draw by some kind of means. She's Light Elf, great member value, you know, time tunnel, conversion of Heart Rune Stones, great damage booster and all that. She is also actually still a viable leader due to the ability to pick any ally, any elf ally for her. To this day, people are still actually using her to clear some of the current stages. On the right hand side, Chloe is a great beast leader still. Great stats, really good member as well, can generate race rune stones, add a ton of combos off those race rune stones, and can still hang on as a viable leader right now. I did previously use her for a Calamitous stage, although it was kind of painful. You can check out the full video. So those are probably the two best cards I would say in the pool of being great leaders and great members at the same time. Moving on to the silver category. It's just some arbitrary stuff I put on here of leaders. Once again, I'm biased. Hideyoshi is one of the best speed leaders. He can ignore Trio and Quintet Elemental Shield. However, having Mesopotamia enables the team a lot. He is also like quite good when the stage does suit him. You know, he has great damage output, and some like the Earth human pool is quite big. But once again, yes, Mesopotamia is needed. So if you don't have her, you know, maybe this is not the choice for you. Yulia is apparently an okay dragon leader still. I do not own this card. I have not used this card. Currently, she is the only dragon card to ignore Puzzle Shield. The team comp is apparently quite great. She also has the ability to give a CD reduction upon stage entry, just like Chloe. I didn't even talk about that. Chloe is like also a special speed leader that can like allow you to speed clear some stuff, some old stages of like Terry or something. But Yulia does do the same thing. Bernice is here due to her team skill. You can pick any human ally because her team comp is beasts and humans. The ability to reduce your CD without dissolving does lead to some like situations where you can just reduce your CD within the round while like constantly dodging or something, and that's what makes her good. Obviously, if you have something like Caesar, you know, Bernice is already outclassed. Omega is the only good market leader right now apart from Lilith. I have not used him. I do not have him. But he is the like de facto second place because I think there are only two market leaders viable right now. And first is Lilith. No question about it. The recently PR'd Lynx is actually also a great beast leader and great beast member. Tons of HP. Once again, I think Caesar is still better. He is a black gold after all, but Lynx is quite good in her own right as well. Moving on to the silver tier of best members. Jade and Diamond are elf staples. If you have the Earth Black Gold card Daji and you don't have these cards, pick them. Jade is an excellent attack booster. Diamond is a 2-round super damage reduction card. You know, very frequently used cards. Tangbi is a dragon staple, quite old at this point, but he just has so many abilities in that one card that you will see him almost in every single dragon team. Dragon leaders are rather bad nowadays, so that's why I don't think I've been seeing him as often. Dagda is the most versatile beast member ever. He has the forms you can switch into, which have, you know, like many different active effects, and once you switch into those forms you also get additional passive effects. Feyin is a great support card for beasts and dragons. She can solve cracks and also ignore some other stuff. Hofe is a good elf support card due to the fact that you can pick your own conversion. This card also comes up in Dodgy quite a lot. I'm actually considering picking this for my Jumbo Draw because I don't have it. Lilenia is a good dragon support card, one of the few cards that can remove Tornado. Less frequent, I guess, use rate than some of these other ones here, but still quite good. And the third tier, the bronze tier, these are old cards that are still pretty good. I don't recommend you choose these like over some of the other ones because you can randomly get these just by like, you know, drawing in the black gold pools or just the like random seals. You can get these from like silver summon coupons, rainbow summon coupons. Actually, not those. Well, I think only silver because rainbow only gives the independent series jackpots. But anyway, over on the top left, witches are great staple members in human teams or in whatever teams really that have gotten even better with a recent VR. They can solve, I think, burning, sticky, and petrified. I forget who solves what, but they just have extra like shield solving with their character runestone and also a buff to their, you know, original stat boosting as well. Chinese gods are also great. Bull King is great in the beast team. Dodgy is great in the elf team. Algong is great in the dragon team. These are also staple members in their own races. Greeks did recently get a buff. They are, I mean, I guess usable leaders, but more often I will use them as members. They are great damage boosters for their own attribute god teams that can work with them, and they are also converters. Babylonians are great leaders still. You can put Greeks in their team as members and also really good members in their own right as well. Recently I used Inanna and Namtar in a level 10 stage. That was for Yan Seas, but that demonstrated how good they were, exploding the board, time tunnel, super like just damage in a can card basically. And lastly, Origin of Demons. These three are just busted in the damage department. Great leaders, although not that, like, once again, none of these cards I think are so good that you should go out of your way to get them because you will get them naturally at some point anyway. Alright, now I move on to the total card pool, just to say some honorable mentions that if you have all the cards I just said, you might want to pick some of these. I will be, like, this list will be slightly biased towards the newer cards because, you know, I don't have them. I think a lot of people don't have them because the old cards could be gotten through the old seal, the black gold pool, right? You just randomly get some of these. First off is Cunis. He's not used that much, but the stun effect is very helpful when I have used him in the past. Andromeda is used for Quintet attack shields in elf team. She did recently get a PR as well. Probably a short-lived leader for a little while. Cornflower is great for adding combos in elf teams, not used as much nowadays. Phoebo is also not used often, but is a super damage reduction card. Iverson is allegedly a good demon member, providing time tunnel effects, but I haven't seen him being used. Euclid is great for boosting HP and instantly charging your craft. Moving on to fire cards, Bahamut is great for boosting your HP, unlocking dragons, ignoring burning, and ignoring fixed combo shield. Hongai restores the board. She gives you a fixed board of water and fire, ignores trio and quintet elemental shields for, I think, human dragons and something else. Amaterasu is super damage reduction for 2 rounds, meaning that you can absorb the enemy's first hit attacks. Utu solves multi-hit, ignores initial shield, equal combo shield, and can remember the board if you dissolve more than 20 runestones. Groth is a great damage in a can card. Extra combos, extra damage, good stuff. Dracula can make himself ignore burning, anti-recovery, electrified, puzzle shield, and fixed combo shield. Moving on to Earth Sana is great for stat boosting and elves, time tunnel effect, ignoring trio and quintet elemental shields. Quasi has 1 dissolve and can choose your own attribute for your attack. Paired with Novalis, this card is great. Ophiuchus is about to get a PR. No real information on that just yet, but you might want to wait just to see if he PRs into something, you know, truly incredible. Cassiel explodes the board, and it also explodes petrified runestones, generates protected runestones, and ignores burning. Ben solves quintet attack shields and ignores fixed combo shields. Moving on to Light. Behemoth is a great stat booster in beast teams, great attack booster in beast teams. Merlin solves quintet attack. Javanel unlocks light members, and Mamitu solves anti-recovery shields. And lastly, for Dark, Nicole remembers the board for 2 rounds. Abe Satoru solves a variety of runestone effects, ignores initial shield, and solves quintet attack shields. Tishin can remember damage. Hugo is a great beast stat booster. Gemini is a staple god damage booster, very old card by now, but he does have the only attack, kind of the only attack boost effect in the game that cannot be removed via like stat clears. Lubu is a great meme enabler on top of actually having pretty good effects, and Galileo is a Machina unlocker. That is the complete list of the pool cards I think should be mentioned. If you have any extra questions, leave them down in the comments down below. This has been the All-Max, I guess, recommendations. Let me know what you think, and subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!